Great. Okay. Happy Saturday. Welcome to a luxurious 90-minute yoga class. We're going to start with 5 rounds of sun salutations to warm up our body and then hop into 26 and 2 yoga. The first 2 sun salutes we'll do are half sun salutes. The next 3 will be full sun salutes. If the half salutes speak to you, keep doing that. And with the whole next 90 minutes, if something does not speak to you, it's not working for you, remember that you can modify. You can do something else or you can skip entirely. There is a rhyme and reason to the specific sequence that we do, but again, every body and every day is different. So if something is causing you pain, if it could cause you or someone you know harm, that's when you ease up and do a little bit less. Okay, so for the sun salutes, you're going to come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. Take a moment, stand up nice and tall, shoulders down, chest up. Bring your hands together at heart center. And we'll begin with 2 rounds of half sun salutes followed by 3 full sun salutes. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you are saluting the sun. Exhale, biceps of your ears pull forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, hips over heels, shoulders away from the ears, back flat. Exhale, bend your knees and fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, look up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge at your hips and fold. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift. You want the weight in your toes. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees and fold, stomach to thighs, drop your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, lift up. Try to come up with a flat back. Exhale, hands down at heart center. You can continue with those or join me in 3 full sun salutes. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, shoulder width distance. Push your hands down, feel your biceps engage, and then step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway as if you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come up into your back bend. You can do Cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Can pedal out your legs here, maybe lift your heels to the ceiling and then press your heels down to the floor. So lift your hips to the ceiling, push your legs back, push your hands into the floor, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink hips to heels as you stretch your arms forward, forehead to floor. On your next inhale, hands to floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen back, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, hands together, arms with your ears, lift up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, arms with ears, fold. Inhale, lengthen, shoulders away from ears, chin away from chest. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your high plank or tabletop. Let's hold here for a moment. If that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it. Go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your child's pose or down dog. Otherwise, bend your elbows and pull yourself down to the floor, hover just above. Inhale, come up into your back bend. If you're doing up dog, make sure thighs are off the floor. Exhale, go into your down dog or child's pose. Whether you're in down dog or child's pose, think about an expansive back. Spread your shoulders. So we're looking for externally rotate the shoulders. If you're doing down dog, spread your fingers wide. Root down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb. Make sure you're not putting all of your body weight in your wrists. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift, hips over heels. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Last one. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank or tabletop. Keep exhaling, pull yourself down, hover. Inhale your up dog or up dog or down dog. Nope, up dog or cobra. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. And let's take a breath here. Try to get your heels to the floor if you're doing down dog. You can always take a wider step. If you have tight hamstrings, you can soften your knees a little bit. Otherwise, push your legs back, stretch your spine up and down. Look for your thighs behind you. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, hold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Wonderful. So that's our little warm up. Hopefully that got your blood flowing. We come to the middle of your mat and towel for our 26 and 2 yoga sequence, beginning with pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth all the time. Against the back of your throat, your nose and your mouth, they're just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, chin down. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide, like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze your thighs, your butt, lock your legs. Exhale, head up. Weight stays in your heels, hips a little forward. Hip muscles contracting, abdomen in. Inhale, head down, stomach, 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 marsha, 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 depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up, suck it in, hold it in tight. So draw your belly button back to the spine, look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, just the neck and arms are moving. Keep your spine straight from the side. Exhale, head up. So as you exhale, just your head drops back. No backward bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. My flexi folks, I'm right there with you. Notice if you're sticking your butt out a little bit, press your hips forward, pull up your lower abdomen. Exhale, head up. So you want to temporarily eliminate any curvature in the lower back, abdomen in, look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in, keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down, roll out your shoulders and head. Okay, second set, feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up, breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth, slowly head back. Stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lungs empty, 1. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, elbows up, 6. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to move. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. Exhale, head up. So you're learning to breathe slow with control. Slowly head back, arms forward, elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. Through yoga, we're getting a little bit better into our mind-body connection. Exhale, head up. So notice if you're swaying back and forth or side to side, keep the weight in your heels, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So we're slowly starting to arrive in our yoga practice, arrive in our mat in real time and space. Exhale, head up. Keep your mind with your breath. Use your eyes to trace an arc along the ceiling. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, make it the deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. We'll continue Ardha Chandrasana with Tadasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, and cross your thumbs. Nice tight grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Let's do a setup. Bring the weight into your heels. Push your hips a little forward so your hips and pelvis open to the front of your mat. Squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. You want your armpits, your chest, your rib cage, your abdomen and hips, everything opening forward towards the front of your space. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line. Slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Keep the weight in your heels the whole time. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze your butt, and push your hips a little forward so the hips and pelvis keep opening to the front of your mat. Suck your stomach in, squeeze your palms together, bring your head and arms back, keep your biceps with your ears. Push your left hip forward to keep your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward. Open your chest like a flower petal, blooming in early March. Inhale, lengthen your arms. Exhale, if it feels good, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back. Keep the weight in your heels, stretch up, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. So if you watch somebody practice this posture, it might look like it's about flexibility, but we're really using our muscles here to get an even stretch along the body without collapsing. So keep the weight in your heels, lift your kneecaps, and squeeze your butt the whole time. Press your hips forward, engage your abdominal wall, slide your breastbone up. Squeeze your palms together without tensing up your shoulders. Actively press your biceps into your ears and breathe through your nose. So thighs tight, glutes tight, abdomen in, biceps squeezing, palms together, still breathing. Push your right hip forward, two hips in line, left shoulder forward, two shoulders in line. Come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. First back bend of the day. This is the only posture I can't show and tell at the same time. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. Full spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back, bend your total spine. Backward bending, try to fall down backwards, maximum weight in your heels. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, arms with your ears go down, hands to floor. Relax your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is the U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Tadasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your big toes. Lift your hips up. Push your knees back, stretch your spine down. Good, change, come up, arms with your ears, squeeze your palms together as you come up. Very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller, right? That's the whole goal, just standing taller. Second set, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, and cross your thumbs. Hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the right as you press your hips to the left. Come down without collapsing. Lift your chin, lift your chest. It's a very proud posture. And you have so much to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Good for you. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room. Push your left heel into the floor. Push your right heel into the floor. Get a little deeper at the end. Come down, push. Keep the weight in your heels. Come down, push. Right shoulder forward. Come down, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Hips forward, arms back. Stretch up and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. Keep breathing. Weight in the heels, thighs tight, glutes tight, abdomen in. Hips a little more forward, upper body back, so head and arms back. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Make sure you're not dropping your head down. Push your right hip forward, get your two hips in line. Left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. At the end, identify your right armpit, shoulder. Lift your right arm up to the ceiling, and then you're going to steer it to the left like a steering wheel. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Second heart opener, deep breath, full lungs. Squeeze your palms together. Keep your eyes open. Relax your head back. Squeeze your tush. Lift your index fingers all the way up to the ceiling as high as they go, and then bring your arms back with your ears. So whole spine back bending, and the whole front of your body is stretching. If you want to feel a stretch in your throat, in your armpits, your chest, your ribs, your solar plex, your abdomen, your hips, central nervous system might turn on a little bit. Eyes open, keep the weight in your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, squeeze palms together, go down. Arms with ears, hands to floor, relax your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose than the second set, what's still a little tight and tender. Proceed accordingly. Second set, Tadasana. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves or your heels from behind. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down. So think about sliding stomach down thighs. One day you're going to hook your rib cage over your knees. Slide your nose down your shins between the calves. And then eventually head comes to the floor on the tops of the feet. Pull on your heels one day, right? Roll your weight into your toes. Lift your hips up. Push your knees back, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, come up, arms with ears, squeeze palms together, knees can bend. Good, very nice, arms down, and you let that one go. Awkward Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right, 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet perfectly parallel, like 11s. Arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with index fingers, nothing loose or hanging. Focus one spot in front of you, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway on the hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight. Notice if your knees are coming in or out. Keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees, and hands. Lift your chin up. Chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, try to fall down backwards at the end. Change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Imagine somebody has you by the ponytail, stretching you up so the spine is super long. Focus one point in front of you. Don't even blink your eyes. Oops, I blinked. Lift your heels, bend your knees, sit down. So in the 90-minute version, I'll try to say more of the original dialogue, like don't even blink your eyes. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair. You are sitting in a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, keep your arms there. Squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. The slower you do, the better you do. Stop when there's a half-inch gap between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side. Looks like you're holding a box. Abdomen in, eyes open, change. Slowly come up, knees together, push the floor away from you. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, step your right foot to the right, same footprint, insides of your feet parallel. Keep your feet here throughout the posture so your toes don't turn in or out. Bring your arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down, like you're sitting down into a chair. So you can stick your butt out and fold forward to get your thighs parallel to the floor. Weight in your heels, roll your shoulders back and down and start to lift up. Lift your chin up, chest up, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward, so rather than sticking your butt out, you want to tuck your tailbone under, engage your abdominal wall, and then lift your heels all the way up. Tremendous concentration. Focus one point in front of you. Don't even blink your eyes. Lift your heels, stretch off, bend your knees, sit down. So when you go to Bikram's teacher training, you have to memorize a 90-minute dialogue for this class. And depending on where you teach, studios either really value that or really don't. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below the chair. Change. Inhale to come up. Last part, keep your arms there, squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. The DuPont studio, where I know a lot of you from, did not love the dialogue, so we didn't do it a lot. But I still think it's nice, kind of like getting to hear your favorite song on the radio. Squeeze your knees together and forward, lift your hips, engage your abdominal wall, change, slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Gaurasana. Look at your arms, identify which arm is right, which arm is left, don't mix them up. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm. Right elbow, under left elbow, cross first at your elbows. Again, if you can, at your wrists. Palms together, you want thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. You can also interlace fingers, grab a thumb, or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Everybody pull elbows down, right? Elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, hips into a chair. Stay down there and bring your right leg over your left leg, right leg over left leg, cross, twist like ropes, eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Sit back and down, hips into a chair, lean your upper body back at the end. Good. Change. Feet together, arms over your head, left side. Bring your left arm, zoom, under your right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies towards the front of your mat. Pull your elbows down. One day, fingertips go below the nose. Sit back and down. So hips back, like you're sitting down into a chair, Tadasana. Stay down there and bring left leg over right leg. Left over right, cross twist, and eventually wrap your foot. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the left, upper body to the right. You want elbows over knees. Twist like ropes. Shift the weight back into your heel. Sit back and down. Arch your upper body back at the end. Good. Change. Feet together, arms over your head. Stack and set. Bring right arm under left arm. Think bicep under tricep. Notice if your hands are going to the left of your face. Bring your hands to the right, back to center, and then pull the left shoulder down. Even out your shoulders. Bend your knees, sit back and down. Stay down there and bring right leg over left leg. Hamstring over quadricep. If your foot is wrapping, try to eliminate the gap between your ankle and calf muscle. Push your left hip a little forward, two hips in line. Right shoulder a little forward, two shoulders in line. We're decompressing the 7 major joints in the body: deltoid, scapula, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. Don't forget to breathe, sit down, and lean back. Good. Change. Feet together, arms over your head. Last one. Bring left arm, zoom, under right arm. Notice if wrists are bending. Try to get wrists straight, pull elbows down, sit back and down, stay down there, and bring left leg, zoom, over right leg, cross twist, and wrap. So sometimes when you're dealing with an illness or an injury or a repetitive stress issue, you can do a certain posture, but it doesn't feel right? Like I can wrap my foot, but it doesn't feel good to my head. So especially for my folks who are regular practitioners, if something doesn't feel right today, that's okay. Don't do it. Sometimes just the setup of the posture is enough. And then on days where things do feel good, go for it, right? Sit down a little bit lower, breathe a little slower, arch your upper body back at the end. Good. Change. Feet together, arms over your head, arms down, and the most famous dialogue of all, party time. Grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers. It's great to be here with all of you. Okay. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janushrasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right thigh up. Point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face. Interlock your 10 fingers, round down, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked up to the webbing, webbing to webbing grip. Standing leg should be solid. Concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. If you've been coming for a while, all of you have, and you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing, slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. Take a deep breath, kick your heel forward, flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If your standing leg is bending, posture hasn't started. If both legs lock from the side, legs make an upside down L, like Linda, start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. Bring your chest and shoulders down more one day. Elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Slowly reverse out. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your left thigh up, point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back, abdomen in. Option to stay here or interlace your fingers, round down, and eventually pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked under the ball of your foot. Lift your right kneecap, contract your inner thigh as well as your outer thigh. So you're going to use your muscle strength here to keep the joints of your standing leg in place. When you're ready, slowly, gently lift your left leg up. So you'll kick your heel forward, flex all 5 toes back towards your face. From the ankle, you're training your Achilles to stretch. Your standing leg is bending. Think about lifting your hips up. So your knee is over your ankle, not your big toe. Speaking of big toe, make sure you're not grabbing the floor with your toes. If both legs lock your arms, puff up your chest, so stretch your spine, and then start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day elbows go below the calf muscles, lock your knee, drop your shoulders, lock your knee, change. Slowly reverse out. You put your hands on your back, do a little back bend, or knee bend. My favorite version of this posture is a teacher or teachers who will make you wait in the setup for 45 seconds and your thighs are already screaming by the time you kick forward. That is my absolute favorite. Okay, so I'm not mean enough to do it, but I love it as a student. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your left kneecap up. Lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, engage your abdominal wall. Ram down and pick up your foot. So in the dialogue, a lot of this posture is in the setup, right? Standing leg solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken, you have no knee. You know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Notice if your heel is turning in, bring your right heel to the right. If both legs lock your arms, puff up your chest, and then bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles and you can balance comfortably, slowly. Tuck your chin to your chest and put your forehead on your knee. And now we'll just hold here. Whenever you're ready, slowly come out. Take your time if you're having a breakthrough. Very nice. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg. Toe points forward, inside of your foot parallel. Contract inner thigh, outer thigh. Lift your right kneecap, squeeze your right butt cheek, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, engage your abdominal wall, round down, and pick up your foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. Bikram used to say you have no choice, like Indian marriage, but then he got a divorce, so then that joke didn't really work out. You can lock your right leg, flex your toes back when you're ready, lift your left leg up. He also said English, bulldog determination, Bengal tiger strength. If both legs lock, puff up your chest and bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. You can stay as long as you want. Whenever you're ready, slowly come out. No rush. Good for you. Okay, that was a forward curl, compression posture. Now we do a back bend, opening the front of the body, sliding the shoulders apart. Standing, bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. Feet together, bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right, give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up, right hip forward, knees together to start. Walk your left leg, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. First, just finding a place where you can hold and breathe, get the back bend, keep your chin and chest lifted, and when you're ready, start to come down. Bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head, so from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, in other words, 2 shoulders in line, touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade, scapula coming away from the body, kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. If you fall out, you're not kicking hard enough, hop back in, kick even harder, body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly, kick yourself up. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. In the dialogue, we say, Mama, give me money. You're holding money in your hand. Don't drop the money, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger, right arm up, left hip forward, knees together. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your left leg back and up. So remember, kicking and stretching equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. So eventually you want your left foot, your kicking foot on top of your right foot. Staying light and lifted helps with the back bend and the shoulder opener, but eventually you've got to come down parallel to the floor. So from the side, 2 heels in line, kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line, actively charge your body forward, shoulder blade, scapula coming out of the body, body down more, leg up more. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Whew, kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Let's take a breath. Or at least I need to take a breath. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, left arm up, right hip forward, thighs together. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Bikram, for all of his shortcomings, one of my favorite quotes of his is, having doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to use it. Having doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to use it. So we're learning to use the body that we have, right? To love the body that we have. Slowly bring the body down, leg up, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly come up, feet together, arms down. I'll tell you a secret, the minute I saw that headline that was like, Biden says, we will have enough vaccines for everybody by May, the first thing that popped up in my head was, having doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to use it, right? Bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone, bring your right arm up, left hip forward, knees together, lock your right leg, point your left toes, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. So the same way that having a lot of vaccinations doesn't mean we can always implement them in time, same thing with the body, right? Like, I think everybody in this room has 4 limbs. I certainly know yogis who don't have all 4 limbs, but for those of us that do, right, we have to learn how to use them properly. So right tricep tight, fingertips active, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, get the back bend, come down, kick, kick, kick. Very nice, change slowly. Whew, kick yourself up. Come to the back of your mat and towel. Dandasana balancing stick, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Interlock fingers, release index fingers. Cross thumbs and lean back. Step your right foot forward, stretch up, point your left toes and tilt. Eventually you're gonna come down parallel to the floor. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, but not a broken umbrella. Body down more, leg up more. Stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back. Step your left foot forward. Shift your weight to your left foot, stretch up, point your right toes, and slowly tilt like a C-flat. Every muscle in the body contracted. Slowly body down and leg up. You're trying to give yourself a mini heart attack here so you don't have a bigger one later on in life. Chest down, chin forward, lift your leg up, leg up, leg up, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Take a breath. And sometimes one of the beautiful things about yoga and with life as well is that you just put a little bit of trust out there in the universe. Like, I am choosing to trust that we will all be vaccinated in time, the same way that I'm choosing to trust that eventually I'm going to come down parallel to the floor. Having doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to use it, but part of knowing how to use it is knowing how to place trust in yourself and maybe in like the greater universe around you as well, like a higher power. Second set, feet together, arms overhead, palms together. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, bring your head back. So you want your neck in line with the rest of your spine the whole time. Step your right foot forward. Think of your arms as extension of your spine. Stretch up, point your left toes and tilt. So the minute your head or arms come out of alignment with the rest of your back, stop there. Bring your head and arms back, biceps with ears, squeeze your palms, point your toes, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, lean back, step your left foot forward, stretch up, point your right toes, and tilt. Abdomen in, every muscle in the body contracting. Think like a natural human tug of war. Charge your body forward, shoulder blade scapula coming out of the body, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Enough of that, come to the top of your mat. You can face the long side of your mat for the next 3 postures. I'm going to face you. Standing, separate legs stretching. Dandayamana Vikaptapada, Paschimottanasana. Inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 feet minimum. Big step, arms down parallel to the floor. You can turn your toes in and your feet out, so your feet are a little pigeon-toed. If you have active sciatica, toes point forward. Keep the insides of your feet parallel. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Hinge at your hips. Good. Grab your heels from behind, step on all 10 fingers. Fingers eventually point in the same direction as your toes forward. If you can't grab your heels, try to grab the outsides of your feet, your pinky toes. You also start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Everybody roll forward like a wheel. Find your edge. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. First the legs stretching, then the hips stretching, lower spine stretching, whole spine stretching, full body stretching. 3 60-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, Bikram just says one thing: open your step more and more and more. Roll forward, lift your hips, push your knees back, lock your legs, pull, stretch, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time, try to come up with a flat back. Step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head and arms down. If your forehead touched the floor in the first set, take a smaller step. If your forehead was nowhere near the floor, maybe try taking a bigger step. Just make sure your step is never so wide that you like lose control of your legs, right? You want to feel it in the hamstrings, not the inner thighs. Second set, showing you from the side, arms up. Step your right foot to the right, the step that works for you. Tall, grande, venti, customize it. Toes in, heels out, chest up. Swan dive forward. Try to keep your wrists in line with your shoulders. You're not bringing your arms back. Wrists in line with your shoulders. Good. Grab your heels. If you can grab your feet, bend your elbows back, elbows to calves. Lift your shoulders, shoulders to ceiling, belly button to spine. Everybody roll forward. Notice if your knees and spine are rounded. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a bigger step, roll forward, lift your kneecaps. And at the end, you're just going to drop your head down, head touches the floor in between your feet. Good. Change. Slowly come up, try to keep wrists in line with shoulders. Very nice. Step your right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. Wonderful. Next is the peak of the standing series, Triangle Trikonasana, a marriage of the heart and the lungs. We use all the major muscle groups in the body, so fun. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 feet minimum, big step. Arms down parallel to the floor. Push your hips forward, bring your upper body back. Turn your right foot out, turn it out a half inch more so your right foot is parallel to your mat. Inhale, breathing, bend your right leg, and bounce a couple times to gain control. Sit as low as you can. To sit lower, you might want to take a bigger or smaller step, or turn your left toes in so you can rotate your left hip forward. Bend your right leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Right elbow in front of the knee. Hover your right fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, profile of your face visible to the side of your neck. To the side of your mat, push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn, twist your upper body back like spine twisting posture. Sit down more, chest up more. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, two heels in line, not crisscross. Inhale, breathing, bend your left leg and lunge. You can bounce a couple times to warm up your hips and knees. You can take a bigger or smaller step, and then bend your left leg, sit as low as you can. Lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms. Left elbow in front of the knee. Aim your fingertips towards your big and second toe, not your heel, just the elbow in front of the knee. Make sure it's not like the tricep or the armpit in front of the knee. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, touch your shoulder to your chin. Look for your right thumb. Make sure all 5 fingers together, thumb with index finger, wrist straight, wrist over elbow over shoulder, arms stacked 6 and 12 o'clock. Drop your right thigh down, push your left knee back, and then lift your left side torso off of your left thigh. Turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture at the end of class. Lift your right kneecap, lock your right leg, keep your whole right foot, even your pinky toe, flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, push your left heel into the floor, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, arms down, take a breath. Go again, arms up, step your right foot to the right. Big step, push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in, bend your right leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms. It doesn't get easier, you get better. It doesn't get easier, you get better. The good news is if you keep doing it, it gets easier, you get better. The bad news is if you skip it, it doesn't get any easier, right? Drop your left thigh down, push your right knee back, look up towards the ceiling, triceps tight, reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, feel a huge opening across your chest and spine, turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, kind of like the hokey pokey. Okay, bend your left leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms. Elbow in front of the knee, right arm up to the ceiling, look up towards the ceiling. So eventually you could press the profile of your face, your chest, your hands against a wall in front of you, right? Right ear back a little bit, right shoulder up a little bit, right thigh down a little bit. Turn, twist. So left rib cage forward, right rib cage back, sit down more, chest up more, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, and arms down. So triangle pose is a marriage of the heart and the lungs. The next posture, standing separate leg head to knee, Dandayamana, Vihattapada, Janusharasana, is a marriage of the pancreas and the kidneys. We're going to round our back and compress our stomach so much that some people say we start to squeeze into the pancreas on the deepest level of the abdominal wall and round the back, stretching the kidneys on the lower middle back. I say it couldn't hurt. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 feet minimum, 36 inches at least. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. Turn your back toes in. Push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Beyond your flexibility, 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Tuck your chin to your chest, and you go down. Round your spine. Chin to chest, abdomen in. Bend your front leg if you need to. Touch your knee and head together. Front side compression, throat choke, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch all 2 fingers beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your right front foot. Right hip up, left hip forward, get your 2 hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs. Hands together, arms with ears, change. Slowly uncurl. vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up, last. Good. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, and push your right hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line, backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down slowly with control. This is a rounded spine posture. If you have a history of slip discs or your back is kind of achy today, this is one to keep like a little bit of caution with. Eventually, you're going to round your spine so much that forehead and knee touch. But if it feels like that's tugging or pulling on your back, ease up a little bit. You don't have to round your spine quite so much. To get head and knee closer together, though, you can take a bigger step. You can bend your front leg. You can turn your right toes in more, right heel out more to rotate the right hip forward. Eventually, knee and head come together, but you're never forcing your body. Push your forehead into your knee. Lock both legs, hands together first. Change, come up, hands together the whole time, arms to your ears the whole time. Head up last. Good. Pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, arms down. It's a bad habit to get into to come up with the arms separate because it helps with balance. Barring if you have a shoulder thing where having the palms together this much is aggravating a shoulder, that's okay. But if it's just the balance thing, hands together, second set. Second set, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs. I know all the tricks. Step your right foot to the right, big step. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. Any way that you can like cheat or make this a little bit easier. I have done it before. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, right hip back, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, going to the bathroom in triangle pose. Oh yes. Waiting till we're halfway into the second part of awkward to sit down. Oh yes. Bend your right leg, touch your knee and head together. Thumb on the arch of the foot rather than thumb with the index finger and standing bow. Oh yes. Chin to chest, stomach in, touch your forehead and knee together. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together first. Change, slowly uncurl. Oh yes, as if you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest. Head up last. Good. Pivot on your heels. I'm going to face you. Make sure your heels are in line, but not crisscross. Turn your back toes in. Push your right hip forward. Left rib cage back. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest. Go down. Chin to chest. Stomach in. Bend your front leg. Touch your knee and head together. Stretch your fingers beyond your big and second toe. Try to even out your hips. Let's take 3 breaths here. Every time you exhale, pull your abdomen in more. Push forehead into knee. Lock both legs, hands together. Change. Slowly come up. Arms with your ears, chin to chest. Head up last. Good. Pivot on your heels. Right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose. Tadasana. This is the hip opening series. We are training our hips and knees to sit in lotus pose one day. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body, especially the knees. Right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand up, palms together, namaskar. Press your hips forward, lift your chest up. Try to temporarily eliminate any curvature in your spine. Good. Change right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes, and lift your left leg up. Hold on to your foot from underneath the foot with your right hand or even both hands. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot, flat to ceiling. Slowly let your left knee drop down and back. If this posture bothers your knees, I'm going to show you a way to get into it that might ease up any knee aggravation. You're going to start with your knee in your chest, like wind removing pose, so that your knee is in line with your hip. From here, you're going to put your foot on your outer thigh and then let the knee drop straight down so that your knee is in line with your hip, knee going all the way down rather than knee out to the side. It's not quite the half lotus shape anymore, but it's a really nice way to open the hip joint without putting undue pressure on the knee. So if that posture bothers your knee, you're going to keep your knee in line with your hips. Kind of hard because my hands are dark. Sorry about that. Change, left leg down. Toe stand, Padangustasana. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes. Lock your left leg, lift your right leg up. Don't even blink your eyes. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Right hand up, left hand up. Concentrate, meditate, fold forward. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knees, sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Right hip forward, point your right toes, right knee down. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, palms together. Elbows down, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor. If you're having a breakthrough, stay there. Otherwise, hands to floor. Lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg first, and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Very nice change. Right leg down. So for those of you that never go into this posture because folding forward does not work for you, I will show you a way to build this posture from the floor. So if you're doing it from standing, go for it. Pick your left foot up and you're going to fold forward. Otherwise, meet me on the floor in tabletop position. You're going to tuck your toes under. Walk your left foot around so that your left ankle is on top of your right thigh. You're going to walk yourself back. And now you're in toe stand, right? I'll show you from the front. You start in tabletop with toes tucked under. You're going to put one foot on top of the thigh. Walk your hands back, and now you're in toe stand. So you can always build this posture from the floor if building it from standing doesn't work for you. When you're ready, you can come up on 2 feet, or everybody lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change, left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Okay. Good. Heels together, toes fall open, arms down by your sides, looking for something, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. So again, we have this thing called the dialogue. I actually have it right here in a book to this day. We have this thing called the dialogue, and some studios insist that you only read the dialogue of this yoga. The studio that I grew up at and taught at was a little different and was like, no, you should, say your own thing. I think there's a little bit of merit in both, but every once in a while, I really like to return to the dialogue because I think there's some fun stuff in it. So I will read you the exact dialogue for Savasana. Ready? Dead body pose. This is posture 13. Turn around and lie down on your back, feet facing the back wall. Relax completely. Heels together. Let your feet fall open. Arms on the towel or mat, palms facing up. Head straight, eyes always open, and breathing always normal. Don't move. That was the warming up exercise. Now the class begins. Every exercise or physical activity in the world you do, you burn energy, like driving a car burns gas. The tank is empty. You need to fill it up again. Hatha yoga class is a gas station. It is the only place in the world where you gain energy instead of losing it. Practicing yoga asanas is the only natural physical activity in the world because it is scientific. With the help of science, we can explain nature. A little bit silly, not quite sure what all of it means, but do you get the gist, right? A lot of physical activity, it's anaerobic. At a certain point, you can't breathe through your nose. You lose steam, you build up lactic acid, you're gassed at the end. With yoga, it's truly aerobic. You're breathing in and out through your nose the whole time. And sometimes we're tired at the end of class, but sometimes, I suspect this might just have happened to some of you, sometimes at the end of class, we have more energy than when we started, right? That's what's like Hatha yoga is a gas station. Let it fill you up. Take an inhale through your nose and an exhale through your nose. Pavanamuktasana when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, pull down extra hard, maximum pressure in your lower right abdomen. Freeze, don't move, don't even blink your eyes. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, nice tight anti-arthritic grip. Pull your knee out to the left, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body. If your right calf muscle does not naturally touch the floor, you can flex your right toes back to your face to anchor the calf down. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows of each other, give yourself a really big hug for coming to class. Squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body and hold still. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone, joint, skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Take a breath. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, avoid your rib cage. Notice if your right foot is kind of like moving towards the center line of your body. Bring your right foot a little to the right, so ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, everything runs parallel to your mat. Change, right leg down, left leg up, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out and down, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands. Posture is good for grip strength and it's good for digestion, massaging your descending colon. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, try to squeeze your heels, knees together, fingers together, grab your elbows each other, head on the floor, tuck your chin in a little bit, puff your chest up a little bit. So neck, shoulders on the floor, belly button heavy like lead, middle spine on the floor. Squeeze your knees together, push your shins into your forearms to roll your hips under the floor. One day, hold back nice and long. Change, arms down and eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit-up. If you have any concerns about your back today, please skip the sit-up, roll off to the side, and meet us on your stomach, especially the first sit-up, right? If you just like woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Otherwise, join me for a sit-up. Legs together, arms over your head, only cross your thumbs, palms face the ceiling. Flex your toes back towards your face. Take a breath, hold your breath, stomach in, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Exhale, grab your big toes. Exhale, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Good. Turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bhujangasana, good for your lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor, just below your shoulders. In the dialogue, I love this, Bikram goes, make sure your hands aren't too far up, not too far down, not too far out, not too far in. Little fingers in line with the deltoids, fingers point forward, zip up your legs, toes and heels touch, lock your legs, look up and lift, stretch your upper body off the floor. That dialogue, I always used to be like, who needs that many points on where to put your hands? And then I brought Jeff to like his first hot yoga class and I was like, oh my God, like this is for you, right? The dialogue is like truly beginner friendly, like hands aren't too far up, too far down, little fingers in line with the deltoids, zip up your legs like a cobra tail, lock your legs, coming up halfway only, elbows stay bent, they make an L, a 90-degree angle, like a rectangle. Hug your arms into your sides, bring your elbows down towards your hips, don't forget about your cobra tail, lock your legs, lift your chin up, chest up, look up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels follow them. So what I love about this style of yoga is we always have a beginner mentality, even if you've been like practicing for 10 or 15 years, like your postures might advance, but we still like come into this class kind of with fresh eyes every single time. What happens sometimes has happened to me, right? So I'm not, it happens to all of us, I think, but at a certain point when we've heard it enough, we get a little cocky and we're like, I don't need to do that part of the setup. I know what I'm doing. And usually that's when people get hurt. So even if sometimes it like tests our patience to hear like, push your hips forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You're like, I've already pushed my hips forward. Do it anyways. Beginner mentality. Second set, bring your chin forward, place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders, not too far up or too far down, not too far out or too far in. Little fingers in line with the deltoids, feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Drop your shoulders down, lift your chest up. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. So you're not dropping your head down, but you're also not jamming it all the way back. Knees, feet together, point your toes to the back wall. Push feet, hips, hands down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change. Slowly with control, lower down, look to your left, right ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. And the really cool thing that happens when we like keep actively listening, even when we know the postures, is sometimes we hear new things. And I can tell you as a teacher, sometimes you hear new things because the teacher said something new, but sometimes you hear new things that has been said every time because you're finally ready to hear it. Sometimes boredom in yoga and in other like parts of our life that we work on, boredom or plateauing is simply a recognition that you're ready to go on to the next step, right? You have to have that part where you're a little bored or plateauing because that's when your body and your mind is ready to get that next step in the posture. So that's when you want to listen extra careful, is when you're like the most bored, nothing is happening. Chin forward, locust, Savasana, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Spread your fingers wide. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe to the wall behind you, lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your thigh up. Change, slowly right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Keep your hip and forearm in line, so 2 hips in line, sole of the left foot flat on the ceiling. Spread your fingers wide, press your shoulders down, lengthen and lift. Change, left leg down. Grand finale, tuck your chin and mouth down, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, but hands never overlap. Spread your fingers, press your knuckles down rather than your wrists, knees, feet together, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, push your hands back, roll forward and lift both legs up, come up. Everybody come up, you can do it, struggle a little harder, don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Good, change slowly, lower down, arms out, look to the right, left ear on your mat. This posture is a really great example of like, there's no magic formula, right? The first maybe year or 10 years you practice, your feet come like an inch off the floor. And then one day your feet come 5 inches off the floor. There's no magic formula to it. You just keep trying. Body keeps listening to mind. Mind keeps listening to body. Body and mind keep listening to breath. And eventually legs lift up. You just keep trying. And one day, for whatever reason, it clicks. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, palms face down. If your arms are uncomfortable under your body, that's okay. But if it is like hurting your wrists or elbows, keep your arms out to the side. Otherwise, arms underneath you. Spread your fingers wide, lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. So there's many versions of Locust Pose in yoga. Bikram's is probably the hardest. That's why we do this warm up. One leg is like just a warm up for 2 legs. See how high you can lift one leg. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg. Practice simultaneously pushing your hands back and lifting your leg up so that you feel the weight slide forward. Shoulders down, triceps tight, press your knuckles down, lift your thigh. Change, left leg down, grand finale. Tuck your chin and mouth down. You can do it. It's a mind over the matter posture. Matter is usually the mind. Mouth down, squeeze your butt, knees, feet together, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Come up. Everybody come up. So you're pushing your hands back, pushing hips into forearms, lifting thighs up towards the ceiling. Knees, feet together, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Change, lower down. Bring your arms out. Look to the left and let that one go. As you release the arms, you release the tourniquet effect. Fresh blood rushes through the knuckles, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. This posture is good for frozen shoulder, tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, arthritic fingertips, arthritic knuckles, arthritic fingers. If you have any hobbies like knitting or guitar, or like you're a hairstylist, anything like that that uses your hands a lot, that posture is really good for stretching out the knuckles. Purna full locust, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings, feet together, toes, knees, heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up, and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. Like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. Keep your hands at a 45-degree angle. So thumbs at a 45-degree angle, your palms aren't all the way down or all the way up, right? Stretch your arms apart, keep your knees, feet together, lock your legs, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the right, take a breath. Some deep belly breaths in and out through your nose to massage the front of your body. Breathe deep into any point of tension. Let the floor hold you up. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side. Keep your wrists in line with your shoulders if you can. So arms are perpendicular to the body, knees, feet together. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. All these postures on our stomach are so good for back strength. In Cobra Pose, we kept the feet down and lifted the chest. In Locust, we kept the chest down and lifted the legs. In full Locust, we're lifting legs and chest off the floor at the same time. So good for strengthening all of the muscles that surround the spine. It's a nice shoulder and chest opener as well. If you want, you can actually like put your hands on your back for a second. You'll feel how strong your muscles are. It's pretty cool. At the end, arms out, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left. I like to tell this story sometimes, but the first time I ever like hugged Jeff, we hugged and he was like, wow, you're really, and I was like, soft, supple, and he was like, no, your back is like really strong. I was like, hot yoga, come try it sometime. Forward, bend your legs. It's the spine strengthening series. Grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes for floor bow, Gaurasana. So in all of the other spine strengthening postures, we had the feet and arms separate. In this posture, we're connecting the hands to the feet to get a deeper back bend. Point your toes, squeeze your buns, look up towards the ceiling and start to push your hands into your feet. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. You're kicking in 2 directions. You're kicking up and you're kicking back. If your knees hurt in this one, try kicking up more than back. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight, roll forward, freeze between your ribs and hips, body down, thighs up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, look to the right, left ear on your mat. Notice what you're thinking about, what stories you're telling yourself. Just let them go. Be here now. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up towards the ceiling and kick into your hands. So we're giving ourselves the gift of being in the present moment. Feel the back bend, feel your shoulders and chest opening, shoulder blades squeezing together. Try to keep your wrists straight. So insides of the wrists a little closer together, big toes up to the ceiling, body down, thighs up, knees up, toes up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat, and let that one go. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat for fixed firm. Supta Vajrasana, I'll show you from the side. Starting tabletop, open your knees, open your feet, point your toes to the wall behind you so the insides of your feet are parallel. As you're ready, you're gonna slowly walk your hands back and sink your hips down. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time, eventually sitting down between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If you can sit down between your heels with your knees on the floor and you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, stopping anywhere you feel a point of pain, left elbow down, knees never come off the floor, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, thighs, and hips, but never a point of pain. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I don't know if this is happening to anybody else like outside of yoga, but I'm finding it like very hard to recall words that I would normally know how to recall. And that's one thing that I love about yoga is on days where I'm like, words are hard, which is happening a lot lately. There's this dialogue we can fall back on, and also just like these body movements, right? On days when your mind is kind of like jumbling or you're finding it hard to focus. The cool thing is all of you have this muscle memory that lives in your body for these postures. So, some days we're keeping our ears open, our mind open, we're trying to like get past that plateau, learn the next step in a posture, but sometimes we just let our mind turn off and we just let our body do its thing. And that's really powerful too, a moving meditation. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. So we're just learning to trust that our body knows what to do, especially because all of you have been here before. Second set, even if it was your first time taking class, you've already done this posture before. Second set, if first set was difficult, open your knees more. First set was a walk in the park, bring your knees together. As you're ready, you're gonna walk your hands back. Another tip, if you have big calf muscles, place your hands on the insides of your calves, roll your calves out. Might be a little bit easier to sit down between your heels. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow, left elbow. Drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows and hold. Maybe send a nice, slow, loving breath to a part of your body that could use a little extra love right now. Good, change. Put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So I thought I was the only one having trouble with word recall. And then a friend of mine who does not practice yoga, but a friend of mine was telling me the story how it worked the other day, on a Zoom call. She was trying to think of the word department store and she couldn't think of it. And she was like, a big box with a lot of clothing, Nordstrom's, Macy's. And she said the crazy thing was all of her coworkers were also like, right, that word, I don't know what it is either. Nobody could come up with the words department store. And it was just such a nice moment for me where I went, oh good, it's not just me going a little bit crazy right now. So if you needed to hear that, it is also not just you. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down slowly with control. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, reach your arms forward and sink your hips down. Half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. Get elbows and wrists off the floor. Just the knife edges of your pinky fingers touch the floor. Rest of the arms are in the air. Eventually forehead touches the floor, hips touch the heels at the same time. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. For today, reach your arms forward, press your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, change, come on up, arms with ears, knees, feet together, arms down, turn around, Savasana. This has been one of the, I think, lovely things about COVID, which is not lovely at all, but I just repeatedly have had times where I think I'm the only one going through something, and then I talk to somebody else and it's like, oh, you too, right? It's not just me who's going a little stir crazy or whatever it is. And I hope that all of you know that as well, whatever feelings you're feeling or thoughts you're having during this bizarre phase of our lives, you're truly not alone in that. I bet you at least one other person in this yoga class has had the exact same experience. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Maybe not the exact same experience, but the same, relation to an experience. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down slowly with control. Try to touch forehead to floor first, little fingers to floor, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize. Change, come on up, arms with ears, palms together, good, arms down, turn around, Savasana. I suspect that prior to COVID, there were also a lot of times where some of us might feel like, oh, that's just me who feels that way, and it wasn't just us, right? I suspect that to be the case, but I think COVID in many arenas of our lives has kind of highlighted things, right? And one of those things that I've realized is even though we're physically distanced, our experiences, we are certainly not alone in them, right? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat, Camel Ustrasana, our deepest back bend. I'm going to show you from the side. Open your knees 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Place your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Press your hips forward, keep your eyes open, look up, lift your nose, lift your chin. One day, let your head relax all the way back. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. You can stay right here or keep your hands on your back, go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Full palm grip on your HEELS heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back. I want 360-degree back bends against gravitation. Hips forward, chest up, head back. Look for your toes, breathe. Change, put your hands on your back, press yourself up. Head up last, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. And one of the really beautiful things about yoga during this time is it gets us out of our heads and into our bodies. So right now, I bet you're a little bit in your body because you might be feeling heart rate pick up, a little dizzy, nauseous, lightheaded, some sort of central nervous system response to the back bend, right? Out of the brain, into the body. Feel your chest rise and fall with your breath. You are so alive, right? In a digital world, you are so alive. You're in your body, you are in real time and space, moving, breathing. Oh, what a gift to give yourself. Good for you. Second set, legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat. Second set, you can roll up your mat if this posture bothers your knees or your ankles. Maybe open your knees wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees. Still keep 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back like you're putting them in your high-waisted jeans. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open. Maybe bring elbows closer together behind you. One day look up, one day head back. One day go back halfway, always freeze in the middle, check in. And when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. If you can't grab your heels yet, keep your hands on your back. It's safer for your spine. Wherever you are is just perfect. You want a gentle opening to the front of the body and healing compression to the spine, never a point of pain. Change, put your hands on your back. Press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. There's an article, I think in Time magazine right now, that's called something like The Third Quarter, and it talks about people who've experienced extreme isolation, like submariners or people who work on like, scientists in Antarctica, talk about how like when they're in isolation for a long period of time, the third quarter, what we're in right now, is like the hardest part, right? Because you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but like we're not quite there. They always say like, this is the hardest part. So if you are having trouble with words, like outside of yoga, if you are having trouble focusing or sleeping, that is really normal, right? You're like in survival mode for a long period of time. Of course, you can't come up with a word for department store. You haven't been in a department store, right? So give yourself grace if you find like functions that you normally, can highly function with are not working so well, right? Like that sentence wasn't great. Give yourself grace. It's all good. You're doing yoga. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Look at your body showing up for you, right? Even if brain not fully functioning, look at your body moving. Knees, feet together, feel your body moving. Hips on your heels, rabbit, Sasangasana. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your HEELS heels. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Round your spine, articulate your vertebrae and the true sense of articulation. Forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor, pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, that head stays in place. Make sure you're not like putting too much weight in your neck and head. It's about 30% body weight in the neck and head, 70% in that full palm grip on the heels. Squeeze your heels together, lift your hips up, round your spine. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl vertebra by vertebra, head up last, turn around, Savasana. So another thing they say happens when you're in a long-term period of stress is like your short-term memory goes. So if you're having trouble remembering short-term things recently, that's really normal because again, your brain is doing like higher functions to like keep you alive and keep you safe. So we're just being graceful with ourselves when we notice those things that pre-COVID were kind of easy for us aren't so easy anymore. It's not a sign that you're going crazy. In fact, it's a sign that your body is doing what it needs to do. And again, this is where yoga really comes in handy because we learn how to calm our central nervous system, right? We're learning how to get out of that fight, flight, or freeze response and into a more relaxed state. All of the forward curl postures are really good for soothing the central nervous system. So keep that in mind, second set. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Out of the brain, back into the body. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest, go down. If this posture bothers your back, like a pulling or tugging and not in a pleasant way, ease up. You can keep your hips on your heels the whole time. Eventually, you're going to pull on your heels, lift your hips up and round your spine. But if the rounded spine is a little too much, you're just going to fold forward, right? Press your heels down, squeeze your heels together, lift your shoulders up, engage your abdominal wall, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, take your time. Head up last, turn around, Savasana. The other thing we know about stress is that, I'll use a very obvious example of a bear attack. If you are running from a bear, you do not process that stress until after you know you are safe. So I think that once we're safe, right? Once we're vaccinated, once the world returns to normal, I think a lot of us are then going to experience even more stress than we're dealing with now. And I'm just saying that as a heads up, as a give yourself grace, and also as a yoga is a really powerful tool. You're gonna have this thing where during COVID, you did something, after COVID, you did something, and both times it was calming you, right? Calming, cooling, soothing. Right, so just keep that in mind. We have this lovely practice, these 26 postures that help us stay grounded even when everything else around us is changing. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. What a wonderful gift you've given yourself. Right leg out, left leg in, head to knee, Janushirasana. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. We're gonna do 2 quick sets. Touch your forehead and knee together, interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, flex your toes back to your face, round your spine. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, chin to chest, abdomen in, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign and sit up. Hashimotonasana, stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your butt back, right, left, right, left. If knees are bent, that's okay. Fold forward with a flat back. If your legs are straight, that's okay. Lock your legs, fold forward with a flat back, stomach to thighs pull, chest to knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat and towel. Right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs make an L, a 90-degree angle. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Slowly over time, you're gonna kick your heel forward, one day leg straight, one day leg lock, one day elbows touch the floor. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Think about bringing the right rib cage closer to left thigh. Notice if you're rolling way to the left, try to press right sit bone down, right shoulder down, so both sides of your back round equally the same. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you, option to stay here or lay down, reset your back and sit up. Second set, stretching. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left. I like to pull my butt out from behind me. Stick your butt out, flex your pinky toes back. Lock your legs, puff up your chest, and fold forward. Stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees stretch. One day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. And I should also say, if you don't plan on doing yoga after COVID, or if you haven't done much yoga during this time, that's also okay, right? I guess what I'm getting at is there is no right answer during this time. The right answer is that you are doing what you need to do to take care of yourself. And more importantly, you are trusting yourself that you know what you need to do, right? So we're learning how to trust as well. Having doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to use it. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Final spinal, Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee corner, right arm close behind you, left arm up, bend over, grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee all touch in one magical spot. Point your left toes, keep your right foot on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over right shoulder and twist. Feel each and every vertebrae twisting. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance or take it off the floor. Wrap it behind you. Try to grab your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over your right shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good, change. Unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch your left heel to your right knee corner, left arm behind you, right arm up and over, grab right knee with right hand, heel, knee touch. Bikram says look down, and if you're sitting on your right foot, slide it out of the way, roll to the left, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over left shoulder, twist. You can keep your hand behind you for balance or wrap it behind you for the half bind. Keep spine straight, chest up, rib cage open. Inhale, stretch up, abdomen in. Exhale, look over left shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. This yoga sequence begins with a breathing exercise, exhaling through the mouth, and it ends full circle with a breathing exercise, exhaling through the mouth. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, sit well. You can sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, or sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce, or with your legs straight out in front of you. Kapalabhati breathing, you're gonna exhale through your mouth. As you exhale through your mouth, you're gonna pull your abdomen in, and the stomach relaxes, the lungs automatically take in air. It's pretty cool. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up tall. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Traditionally, you're supposed to do 60 breaths in every round. So second set, we'll do a full 60. Sit up tall, shoulders down, chest up. Here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Final Savasana. Close your eyes. Open your arms and legs. I'll tell you a secret. I always lose track of that final breathing, the count. And as someone who can sometimes get a little obsessive compulsive with counting, I always consider it like the highest gift of yoga, that at the end of class, in the moment where I'm supposed to be counting the breaths, I always just lose track. This yoga is a wonderful opportunity to get lost in yourself, to let go of things that aren't serving you, even if it's just for a while. This yoga is a wonderful opportunity to be like your highest vision of who you are, right? Honoring your body, respecting your boundaries, breathing in and out. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. You are so very alive.